Welcome back to Cooking with Timeka. Today we're going to be making a bread pudding. We're going to be using some Hawaiian rolls out of our pantry and then also some raisins that we've been handing out in our pantry. Hi, welcome back. You want to take 5 eggs. Now that we've cracked our eggs, you want to add in your milk. We have 2.5 cups of milk here. If you don't have milk, you can use cream. It'll make it creamier if you have cream. If you want to use oat milk or any other type of milk, you can. And you just want to whisk this in and make sure everything is mixed in. Now you want to add your vanilla. We have about 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla here. Then we have about a teaspoon and a half of cinnamon and 1.5 teaspoons of nutmeg. You want to go ahead and add that in and mix all this stuff in. Now you want to go ahead and take your sugar. You have about 1 cup of sugar here. You want to add that to your mixture. And now we're going to make sure all of this is well incorporated, and then we're going to add this over our bread. And now you're going to want to use about 8 to 9 cups of bread. And you can use any type of bread. Today I'm using Hawaiian rolls, but if you want to use brioche or any other type of bread, you can. Make sure it's day-old bread or kind of stale. You don't want fresh bread. And you just want to cut them in small squares. Okay, so now that you have your bread cut in small little squares, you want to go ahead and spray your baking dish. Add your bread to your baking dish. And now we want to get our raisins, and we're going to add raisins to this. If you don't like raisins, you can add any other type of things. If you want, you can just do a plain bread pudding, or you can add blueberries, apples, anything that you want to it. Today we're going to be doing raisins because we have an abundance of raisins. And you only need about 2/3 cups of raisins. Now to our bread and raisins, we want to go ahead and get our melted butter. We have about 5 tablespoons of melted butter here. We just want to go ahead and put that all over our bread. And now we want to just go ahead and take our milk and egg mixture here, and we're going to go ahead and pour that over our bread. Make sure you soak all the bread in the mixture, so you can have a nice moist bread pudding. And now, so while your bread pudding is baking, you can go ahead and start on your vanilla sauce. You want to go ahead and take a 1/4 cup of butter and melt that in a pot. And then we're going to add to that about 1 teaspoon of vanilla. 1/4 cup of water, and then a can of condensed milk. And we want to just let that cook until everything is combined. So after about 45 to 50 minutes, you want to get your bread pudding out of the oven. So now that the bread pudding is done and we have our vanilla sauce here, we want to go ahead and cut us a piece. And this can be served as a dessert. It can be also served as breakfast. Sometimes I put syrup on mine as a French toast casserole.